Hey everybody, this is Mike Venus, back again. And this time I'm going to show you a way to program your Midi. I know the big thing now is the Unison Midi pack, and you can, people talking about you can purchase Midi and all this stuff. Put on my ring. Right? So, what I'm going to do, because I know a lot of people like to use the step sequencer. Now, I might do a lesson on the step sequencer that comes on the MPC. I know the step sequencer is the major workflow, one of the major workflows on the Force, and I'm working on that. But you have a step sequencer on here. It's pretty simple, but I'm going to use my Launchpad Pro Mach 3. Ooh, yeah. I love using that. It's a great MIDI controller. And this is what we're talking about. We're talking about programming MIDI into the MPC, saving it as a pattern so you can always recall it. So I'm going to show you. This is a boom bap beat. Hey. Classic boom bap beat, right? So I drew the MIDI in, right? Now, I'm going to say this. If you're using the Launchpad as a USB connection, talking about the Launchpad Pro Mach 3, when you're in the live, the MPC live, you go down to drum program. Let's see if I can put this right here so you can kind of see. I'm not trying to like be funny or anything. Get it in the shot. Okay, you see right here, the little pointer thing down at the bottom, being a drum track. Push this, and you go to Edit Pad Map, and you push. I want to say is this one. I think normally it'll be on chromatic C2 minus C -2. Nothing's gonna respond, right? And if you put on classic NBC, which normally that would be it, but it'll kind of be off, So like if you see me hitting this, that's the kick. If I hit the same square, it's a snare, so it's backwards. So you don't want that. You want it to match up. So you go to chromatic C1. So just like this will be like A1, the square, right? So you want to make sure you match it up. So I would strongly suggest that if you're using the USB connection. Now, if you're using the 5-pin Dung Mini, which I haven't experimented with, but I do have a 5-pin Dung Mini, I'm gonna work with it. It might read different, but for right now, I'm just talking about USB, right? So now that's matched up with the drum kit, right? And I would suggest this, if you are going to do this way, please make sure that your drum kits, wherever you have your MIDI that you're going to program, make sure you have your sounds that you're going to choose be in the same spot so that when the MIDI is played, it will trigger the same sound. So like for an example, if my kick is in pad 1 in bank A and I did the MIDI on here, I need to always have a kick if I'm going to pull up this pattern. Now, beautiful thing about the live, right? I'm going to show you how to do this. So what you do, right? Let's first record this in. Let's record a 2-bar, right? And let me make sure the BPM matches up. It's 90. Got it set at 90. Awesome. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to name this Boom Bap Drums, because that's a classic drum pattern, right? Awesome. Now let's record. So we're gonna record it. Let's record it in, right? Right. So I already drew the pattern out on the step sequencer using the sequence mode on the launch pad. And then what I did, I pushed record or overdub, record, whatever, and I let it always have my metronome set where it counts in. And then what I do, I push play over here and make sure that you time it right so that when the MIDI's coming in, it capture it, and then when it's about to loop back over and go into overdub, turn this off. Otherwise, you're gonna get a bunch of chaos. So if we go into the thing, I have the MIDI. The MIDI's all drawn in. Now you can go back in it and adjust it, but we just getting this in the thing. So that's your typical boom bap style drums, right? It's pretty stiff, but this is where we can add in some swing. Hey. Right. So now what we're going to do next, we're going to save this pattern. So let's go to, we go to track. We see it. I already named the track Boom Bap Drums. So we go to track, we go to the little pencil, and then we go to where it says save at the bottom, we go to export as pattern. Right? Now you can save this, you can make a folder, you can save it on the internal. I've already put a, what's it called? A terabyte hard drive, internal hard drive in this. I'll save my patterns and sounds and everything onto that. And I got it named MPC2 because it's the MPC Live 2. And I'm going to go under, let's make a new folder. We're going to call it Drum Patterns. Drum Patterns. You know, my spelling might be off, but it don't matter. I know what it is. Oh, I already know what it is. Okay. Right? So we got drum patterns, and I'm going to click make another folder called this Boom Bap. Boom Bap. Right? And I'm going to save it in that folder. So that pattern is saved. So let's clear it out. I'm going to show that I'm going to clear it out. You see all this? We're going to clear this out. It's gone. You see it? It's gone. Now, let's load it up. So we're going to go to the browsers. We're going to go to drum patterns, where I put it. We're going to open up the folder Boom Bap. Is it here? Hold up. Did I save it? I think I did. I should have. There we go. Go on the patterns, and we're going to push load. We go back, and let's see. There it is. It's on track 2. Now, somebody might say, well, why would I do that? If you are a beat maker and you make a specific style of beat or genre, in this case, like if I'm making boom bap or jazz hop, chill out, whatever, and I know this is more of a standard beat pattern that's used in that particular genre, this is time saving. So all I got to worry about now that I have that, let me cover that to track 1. Now all I gotta worry about now, I got drums. Let's do the chords now, right? Because you know the big rave now is the Unison MIDI pack, right? So I'm gonna go back to my launch pad. I'm gonna mute the track that I got the drums on so that MIDI don't come through, and we're gonna go to sequence, and I'm gonna go to chromatic, and let's make a chord progression real quick. We're gonna make this, gonna make it 2 bars long, right? Nah, 4 bars long, right? So let's keep this simple. Let's do, oops. Right, we're gonna do a C. I'm gonna deal with him afterwards. All right, so let's do this. Play these chords. Right, so that's the chord progression. So let's load it up, or let's record it in. So they're in here. Let's go to, hold on, something. Okay, let's do that over. Okay, I gotta get my timing down. There we go. Now you see the MIDI is captured in there from the chords I drew in to here. Now what you do, let's just name it. What we gonna name it? Let's just do. We'll say. Boom. Bap. Chords. Now what we gonna do? Now we know that's in there. We're gonna go into track, pencil, and we're gonna go to convert. First, we're gonna go to convert to progression. So we push that. We're gonna call this boom bap, bap, chords. Right now, we'll go down. It's gonna tell you how many chords is played in there. It was 6 chords, and it's gonna give you the names. They have it listed down there. We're just gonna roll with it. Sometimes it doesn't pick up the actual chord you built. You can write it in there if you want. It's just gonna try to, what's the word? Like you put like an exotic chord that it doesn't fully recognize, then you can go in there and change the name. I'm gonna leave it like it is. Now what this does, this allows you to be able to recall it when you go to pad performance. So now we in pad performance and we go under chords. We under the progressions. We go under chords and we go to other. And there it is, boom bap chords. Right? So now I can transpose this to any key that I desire, any octave I desire. You understand? Why would you need the Unison MIDI pack? Or really to purchase any MIDI pack if you can program your own MIDI in here? So let's just give you an example. So now those chords are in there. I can play them at any time I want. Now, to finish out this beat, what we're going to do, we're going to bounce out whatever we do have to a sample. Sample edit. Right? Let's tune it up. All right, we tuned it up. Oh, let's tune it down some. Right. So let's go to chop. Let's chop by BPM. Let's chop by region, or we can chop by threshold. Perfect, because it's going to chop it up by the chords. Let's check it real quick to make sure it's on point. All right, I like that. Let's process this, or let's convert it to a new drum program. All right, and now we have those chops, so we can take this plugin off now that we have that. And let's go to, let's clear this out real quick. And let's go to boom bap chords. And let's lay some down. Okay, let's see. Ooh. Wrong one. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Add a trumpet. Right. And that's it. So sorry for this, trailing off to something else, but what I'm saying is that if you got one of these NPCs or the Force, approach it like this. This is like the Green Lantern ring. Like, it's one thing, but it's so powerful. And just like the Green Lantern's ring, whatever he can will or imagine and will it, it will happen. It's the same thing with this machine. Remember, this is a powerful Midi machine. You can program your Midi into here, and like I said, if you program your Midi of your drums, you can always have that pattern on the folder, make beats like that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to a different sequence just to demonstrate real quick. All right. Right. Let's pick a different scale or a different key. Do D flat. Ready? There you go. So hopefully this was edifying. Um, Sorry if it took so long, but do it, apply it, and you will see you can make. I just made 2 beats, and if I want to take that chord progression, bounce it out to a sample, and make it into a pattern, I can. Why not? Let's do it. Just like that. So hopefully this was beneficial. You know what I'm saying? And I'll come back again with something else. It's Mike Venus. Keep growing, keep producing, have fun, and be blessed. You have a good weekend.